Nope, no Snoopy Town on this particular Town Tale Tuesday. It's Mardi Gras, but I do want to share with everyone, as well as remind everybody, of this particular comic strip. No, I think he's writing. Dear friends, I have been fortunate to draw Charlie Brown and his friends for almost 50 years. It's been the fulfillment of my childhood ambition. Unfortunately, I am no longer able to maintain the schedule demanded by a daily comic strip. My family does not wish Peanuts to be continued by anyone else. Therefore, I am announcing my retirement. I have been grateful over the years for the loyalty of our editors and the wonderful support and love expressed by fans of the strip. Charlie Brown, Snoopy, Linus, Lucy, how can I ever forget them? This was Charles Schultz's final comic. This is the last one he wrote. And 24 years ago, on this day, February 13th, it was published. The saddest part about it, he never lived to see this printed because the day before, he passed calmly in his sleep. The saddest part about this is, as the Schultz family stated, they don't want anyone else making more Peanuts comic strips. No more Charlie Brown strips. Luckily for us, and thank goodness, Jeannie Schultz and Mendez or Mendelsohn, I forget which one it is. I always seem to forget which one of the other guys it is. Decided to bring Charlie Brown and Company to Apple TV. And when you look back at this strip, right? Because the date's right there in the lower left corner, 21300. You look back on it and it's like he did so much. I can't say that he passed by natural causes. I believe he died of cancer. Schultz did. But to everybody who read the strips, watched the animated specials, including all of us who don't have Apple TV, you look back on the last one, and you can tell just by the pencil writing of by Schultz and how he wrote his name on the bottom, right? That he just was unable to keep going. You know, you can tell a lot by somebody's handwriting, from what I've been told. He was probably a lefty. No, they've shown him drawing comics in his with his right hand, so he's not a lefty, not a southpaw. The hardest part about Snoopy's Town Tale is that even though the game's narrative is with Snoopy himself typing out things in the story, which is why in the very first tasks of the game, he writes, naturally, the dog is the hero. Well, there's a reason for that. Like Snoopy's the muse, it makes him more human. Some of us will never understand why this is the premise, but nevertheless, it's still good to look back on Sparky's magnum opus. Why is it good to look on Sparky's magnum opus? Because you have to appreciate the dynasty in all of its forms, written and digital. You know, many times in segments through Snoopy's Town Tales, I've done notes about certain characters, you know, or I've taken some excerpts from strips and just talked about it. This is one of those cases, and it's kind of a sad feeling, you know. I will never know what went through Jeannie Schultz's mind knowing that Sparky died the day before Valentine's Day, 24 years ago. And it's heart wrenching to think that, you know, it really is heart wrenching. But wow, this is kind of hard for me to say. I'm trying not to feel bad. But as I look at this comic strip, right, I look at this and I see to a lot of things. You know, the best way to just be like, this is it for me is in comic form. It's sad that he died. He never got to see this physically. And a lot of us have said in the Snoopy community, in the Charlie Brown community, if there was one thing they could change besides Schultz's death himself, the one thing many fans would say they would change is they would change the fact that Schultz would be able to see his dynasty in the current day. You know, if I could rewrite the past of this comic strip, it would have been to let him see this strip and then enjoy that last Valentine's Day with his wife. But that's just me. I'm not going to make this about me. The whole point of this upload is to share this particular piece and to see how many of you, not just the players of Snoopy's Town Tale, but the readers of this strip, can think back on the memories and all the good times and stuff that a round-headed kid and his dog could share with you, not just on the TV, but in the paper. Let me know some of your most interesting memories of the strip in the comment section below, and let me know your thoughts on this final piece. What was going through your head when you read this for the very first time? I'd like to hear your thoughts on it, and I'd like to compare answers as well.